Welcome to Ad Breakers. It's the show where we get the best creatives in the industry to score 3 TV ads out of 5.
As a motivational speaker, I had one job to do: motivate.
Okay, so we've got some weird sort of motivational. That's the bloke out of phone shop, isn't it?
Now it's time for a new mission. Not great, but magnificent coffee. Because the nation's coffee is in their hands. Show them higher! And their hands were in my hands.
Oh, that's a bit creepy. What's
That's
it? I
really
can
bad,
smell
yeah.
your...
Let me smell your hand. No, thank you. In a badly fitting suit, who is trying to, in a badly printed t-shirt.
Yeah. I'm a flat white. Is there some
I'm not
gag
sure.
in there?
I'm not sure.
I looked them in their eyes. You sit down. Get out of my way. Come on. Put a gentle hand on their shoulder. I'm there to help. I may be the one on stage. Hey, the flat white heart! But they showed me what real passion looks like. You live, drink, lose, dream, and classic coffee!
The experience and the promise don't actually match up for me.
When we first started working with them years ago, I went to a big conference that had about 5,000 of them standing there, and the guy, the chief exec, stood up and said, "We're in the business of making great coffee," and the whole room erupted. And then he said, "We're in the business of saving the world from Starbucks." And of course, everyone just went fucking nuts because you were like, "Great, that's my mission." Whereas, and I don't quite get that from this. It doesn't feel sort of like there's a mission at the heart of it.
See, I don't buy any of that kind of like, I think they are a dull cup. Every time I've gone in, which admittedly is only to use a loo.
Well, how can you say that then?
It's true, no, because if I'm going
You only go in there to use the toilet?
Yeah.
And then you're criticising their coffee?
Yeah, because I wouldn't drink it. There are so many little independents now who will sit there and milk a bean in front of you. Do you know what I mean? If that's your thing, then you know where to go. I swear to God, you were looking at Costa, it's going to be full of Raynuds and zippy boots. It is. Okay then, Dave, out of 5, what are you going to give it?
Well, I'm going to go just above average because I've got history with them. I love the brand. I like the people there. I don't think the brand currently backs up what they kind of think they're saying in the advertising. So I kind of like it, but I don't think it's great, but I like it. 3. What about you?
Yeah, I kind of feel the same. I mean, it's, God love them, and God loves a trier. And they've got a big job to do, and they've got clean toilets. So I'm going to give them a warm 3.5.
Clean toilets. Could just give you
That's
that
the
0.5. That's the
0.5.
0.5.
That tips it over for me.
So I've done 3, you've done 3.5, that's 9. Out of, what is it, 10? 6.5.
6.5, let's watch the next
Out of 10, right, let's do the next one. Let's have a little look.
Your father can imagine a whole world in his head.
What have you got there, Burberry? I made it.
No one sees the world like my Tom.
It's done with a bit of class because I've seen a lot of this stuff where they use lots of celebrity, whether it's fragrance or watch brands. There's a kind of very traditional way that they approach using celebrity. Does the woman in the plane die?
I don't think she does. Doesn't she disappear?
He's a bit of a
He
Jonah then,
dies.
isn't he? He dies.
Look at that.
She goes missing all of a sudden, and the soldiers all get killed in his jackets. Bad karma. You know what that is? That's karma. Shit on the wife.
I think you've
You're
just
gonna get bad
rewritten
luck.
the whole of Burberry's past history.
Whatever. Is it true?
Yeah, this is true.
Right,
This is the truth. They've gone back.
Oh, he's back with
their
Sienna.
story is amazing.
He's in the bath getting off with Sienna Miller again.
Oh, you see. Always go back.
Well, he's back.
Always
Or
go
was
back.
this-
That's an edit.
Right, okay. That's called an edit. Right, okay. That's called an edit. Why would you mess with another woman if you've got Sienna Miller at home?
I'm looking at the coats.
Yeah, well, we just look at different things, don't we? We see different things. You see that, I see this.
But I would have loved it either 60 minutes longer or a minute and a half
maybe this
shorter.
is the start of it. Maybe this is what they've got to do just to kind of destroy
to get the brand back to where they've
get
got
it out of the hands of the chavs.
They've got to.
And then
Off the terraces
turn it
and
into
back
something
on
else.
yeah. No, but I think it's incredible.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, we've just done 3 minutes of
Burberry.
What are you going to give it?
I love it. So I am going to give it a 5.
Nice. Doesn't get any better than that.
No.
And it doesn't get any better than that. So I'm going to give it 4.5. So
That's 'cause you don't believe in perfection.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I'm a dirty immigrant. I don't believe in perfection. But the reason I like it is it's just mega, done really, really well. I think it shows a huge amount of ambition from the client. They know they needed to do something and they went out and fucking did it.
Yeah,
And,
not a Beckham in sight.
Respect. So, next one. Let's put your points away. What have we got next?
There is no reason to feel guilty about putting a Down syndrome child away. True guilt arises only from an offense against a person, and a Downs is not a person.
So that was a real VO from a real guy
Yeah, or at least a bit of text redone.
from
But,
1968. My
a
God.
Downs is not a person.
Is a person. A person. A person. A person. There's no reason. There's no. There's no. Downs is a person. A person. Person. A person.
You see a lot of these kind of charity ads that go out and they tend to sort of try and always, here's a dead dog, give us some money. The thing that's interesting about this is that they're kind of showing the positive side of it. But this guy, I mean, obviously he's got a disability, but he's conquered it and is going off and doing what he enjoys doing. But I really like the fact that it's very positive.
Person.
Okay, I'm not a learning disability. You know what? That's also the first time I've ever seen a search understand me that's actually quite encouraging, rather than normally they try and sort of create some slightly bullshit hashtag.
There's some really good work around disability at the moment. I mean, Superhumans just blew everything
it's amazing,
that we knew about charity ads out the water.
Yeah.
Because they weren't telling, they were showing. And it was like, it was almost
But it
like...
was really optimistic as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. This is who I am. Fuck you if you don't believe it. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
I am not a learning disability. What are you going to give that?
I'm going to give that maximum points from my point of view, again, which is 4.5, because like I said earlier, I don't believe that there is such a thing as perfection. And I think it's about time the ad industry stopped doing angry ads about disability and about charities just for their own benefit. What about you?
I'll give it your top marks as well. I'm going to give it a 4.5 for exactly the same reasons. It's bold, it's assumptive, it's in your face, and you take it or leave it, and that's really quite refreshing for a disability charity ad.
So I've got 4.5, you got 4.5, that's 9. Where did that came second, didn't it?
Yeah.
Just by 0.5. It's not really comparing apples with apples when you've got, Costa, Mencap and Burberry. The Mencap one is a really, really nice, fresh approach to something that has been done fucking horribly for the last 200 years.
Yeah.
And I think Costa it feels a bit addy. When you look at them both, you sort of go, it just feels a little bit one-dimensional in comparison to the other two, which have got a little bit more depth and a bit more thought thrown in.
Yeah.
But Burberry, it's going to be hard to defeat big amounts of millions and superstar actors and a great director to tell an amazing story with limitless funds by the look of it. But I think it was a worthy winner.
A photo finish for this week's Ad Breakers, but it was Burberry's high production that pipped Mencap to the top spot with a whopping 9.5 out of 10. Come back next time for a very special festive version of Ad Breakers. Welcome to Ad Breakers. It's the show where we get the best creatives in the industry to score 3 TV ads out of 5.